Welcome from Pristina here in my December visit. I'm here to warn that the war with Serbia might be imminent this winter and we have to be prepared. Not that I like that, just don't get me wrong, but it's a distinct possibility. We have to prepare world opinion for that because it's again December, like in 21. I warned that the war by Russia against Ukraine is imminent. It happened. Serbia has been staying with Russia, and they had now this terror attack in Banska in September, and there's constant military build-up against Kosovo at that border, and it is a distinct possibility. We do have to be prepared, and that's the idea of deterrence. If we are prepared, we will not be surprised, and also we can maybe not make it, also we can deter it. That's the idea. They might reconsider. And also the rogue element in the Russian-Serbian secret alliance, in the secret services and in the paramilitary troops might be deterred not to try it if there is a lot of visible military in Kosovo at the northern border. From Italy and from the UK there are of course troops already, and that's very important. What we need to do is to be prepared. I will also now at this most holy place of the Republic here in the center of Pristina, in front of the government building, explain you a little bit of the history, why we have liberated Kosovo. Obviously, you see, it was a genocide by the Serb forces, and still today over 1,500 people are unaccounted for. Some were buried in Serbia proper and in these military or industrial installations where they have buried dead victims of their aggression and their genocide. This is the reason. And then we intervened. This was a Yugoslavian Interior Ministry. It was bombed by NATO in 1999. It's now the government building of the Republic of Kosovo. By the way, Mr. Kurti, you have not raised the NATO flag. It's something I call since constantly. And now the EU flag and the NATO flag must be on all buildings here. He's not doing it because he has these nationalistic tendencies, but ultimately this is very important symbol as the future member state, and also to say thank you, appreciation for the support. Of course, you know, the support was not enough. It's never enough, but it was constant and it was significant. Like it was with Croatia. That's why I call for a Croatian-Ukrainian Kosovo alliance. But when you see, for example, for good energy, they have at the EU building in the back. This is the Kosovo government building. This is the EU building. For good energy, the EU has not been able to really fundamentally solve the energy situation here, and we are still heating with coal, with dirty lignite coal here in 2023 because they have not been able to build a modern coal plant, which would have been a big improvement. No, they said we have to move to alternative, but you know that cost several billions and they didn't give it. The conflict about using the coal here in a modern way was never resolved, and so we continue to burn on the technology of the 1960s, and that's of course a disgrace. Here obviously the Skanderbeg, and this is what I call for, that the helmet and the sword of Skanderbeg is returned to Kosovo temporarily for a 3 months lease. And there is a logic that it is at the moment there. It was 100 for the 100-year celebration of Albania. It was in Albania. So leasing it to Kosovo would be an important support measure, and it is of course then rejected under the pretense that it would encourage a great Albania. But no, the Kosovo wants to be and is a republic, is a proud republic, will stay independent, will join NATO and the EU, same as Bosnia. And you know, all these fantasies about exchanging territory, about whatever, changing the statehood, that's all to be rejected, and I don't want to hear about it anymore. We all will join NATO. Ultimately, even Serbia will join NATO and the EU once they have decided to turn to the West, which they will. There was, of course, European Serbia from 2000 to 2003, and it will return sooner than many think after the decisive confrontation, which ultimately might be on the offing. This is actually the former Austrian railway station here in the center. Let's not forget, we have also, as EU, announced railway infrastructure, green energy infrastructure, everything. But 20 years later, of course, it's not possible to go by train outside of Kosovo. There is a slow, once-a-day connection to Macedonia, and there is one goods and freight transport towards Serbia. But it's all defunct, and it's a bit of, you know, when you think 20 years ago we also knew that we need trains, and the Chinese have built it everywhere, and we are incapable to connect the Balkans, we are incapable to connect Ukraine, and we are really a messy piece of chaos, to be honest. And I'm calling a long time already now, since the whole war, for the 2,000 billion EU Eurobond issues to fund the victory and the integration of EU 37. And gradually the EU 37 idea has really manifested. But when I think about it in the overall picture, here, of course, the great hero of freedom, Mr. Rugova, amazing personality. I've met him once actually in the European Parliament in 2004 at the EPP Congress, and he is a very astonishing personality. It was my initiative actually, together with the consul and LDK representative, to be there, and so I honor him, and I will also show you his monument here at the square, which of course should be also with a EU and NATO flag, and it's not. Of course there should be 3 poles and a Kosovo and NATO flag. Yeah, that's the situation here in the main square. This is the Mother Teresa Square, and the new mayor is now doing a lot of pedestrian efforts, which I like very much, and that's very positive. And I hope also the old town will be improved and will be also very nice. This is over there. I might consider showing it to you now. This is the Parliament of Kosovo and the Presidential Palace. Of course, everything, but it's good. It's a good city. It looks like this. I lived once there. It's very nice. There is also this big part, Manhattan. I will show you as much as I can today, and I will try to entertain you and to show you this beautiful republic. And this, of course, Ibrahim Rugova, my great hero. And I hope that we will achieve Euro coins with his face on to commemorate his passing in 2026, the 20 years of his passing. That would be the idea. Over there is the old town with the mosque. Here also significant pedestrianization should happen. And over there is all this beautiful part of the town. Yeah, I really happily show you a lot of this beautiful city today, but that's the best passing way. Over there is the Ministry of Education, needs also urgent reforms. And in general, the Kurdi government, it is okayish. They have a tough line towards Serbia, that's very good. They have also anti-corruption measures, it's very good. On the big projects, they have been delayed. He is not in favor of motorways, and he has not achieved anything significant on the energy sector. So the big infrastructure disappointment. There's also no real big support for SMEs. He has not joined the World Trade Organization. Okay, that's complicated. There was not a big breakthrough on the recognitions. Of course, you can blame Serbia on that one. But, the mixture is mixed. Of course, when you look around, with all the big expectations, it was not as successful as it might have been overall. But of course, it's also a question how we, when you look at it, the logical thing would have been, when the war started in Ukraine, that you immediately and fully go into the recognition debate. You get Romania, Greece and Spain to recognize Cyprus, and of course Slovakia, Ukraine, Bosnia, and this would have been the logical step. But we have decided not to do that, and so ultimately we are in this messy situation here. And we have the progress, of course, with visa liberalization, which for the people here is very important, and it's a big success, obviously, but it's not a structural success. It's in the convenience of the people and in the respect for Kosovo. But we can also question why it took 10 years to do it, and what we have been waiting for the last 10 years. So this is basically the biggest hotel here, Swiss Diamond, and this is the shopping street, Mother Teresa. And all the long-time followers of my podcast, they know this beautiful area already, and they have now the Christmas tree and the Christmas area, the Christmas market, and it's actually very nice. There's really, you know, I have the Croatian scarf, and they are expressing solidarity with Croatia, because I want, of course, to have Croatian Kosovo Ukraine alliance in NATO. This is the idea, and that's what I'm doing these days. And some of them, they see Croatia as a friendly country, as I do, and I'm much more happy with Croatia than I'm with Austria these days, as Austria unfortunately has disappointed me so much and it has not joined NATO. So I will stay with Croatia, and it's also a much nicer country than Austria. And anyhow, I'm a bit upset with Austria. They have only signed 6,500 signatures I have now, and I would need 9,000. So I really don't know how I can get them. But I will make a last push in the end of the year, and that will be very good. So if you are Austrian, you can, of course, sign, and that would be very good. I will just, not to make too long videos, everybody tells me. I show you a little bit the city here. This is the main area. This is the monument for the KFOR soldiers who lost their life in liberation of Kosovo. And of course, with this, I will stop now and warm up and drink some coffee. And again, I will warn of the coming war, and I hope it will not come. But if it comes, I told you here on this podcast. And please, deterrence must be our policy against potential aggressors. And if they fear us, they will not attack us. If they don't fear us, we are easy prey for potential criminals. Yes, thanks a lot here from Pristina. More to come from Pax Europiana. Bye.